Well, I was going to upload an Arc Raiders video this weekend, but my audio got fucked up. So now here we are. But lucky for you, dear viewer, you get another commentary video. Yeah, everybody clap. And as an added bonus, this one's educational. I didn't really know what I wanted to talk about, but then it dawned on me. Biochemistry. And you might think it sounds boring. Hell, it might even be boring. That's not going to stop me from having some fun with it. I got a degree in this shit, I might as well use it, right? So without further ado...
Please let this be a normal field trip? With a friend? No way!
Next tonight, the bus driver who falls asleep at the wheel as cameras roll. ABC's Lindsay Davis now on the multiple collisions and the injuries tonight.
Watch the video just seconds before impact. The bus driver slamming on the brakes so hard he appears to stand up. But it's too late.
Oh, look. An infinite void. Bam! Well, the infinite void just turned into the universe. I'll spare you the physics, because I don't know them. But in that moment, the laws of thermodynamics were established. Do you know what biochemistry has to say to the laws of thermodynamics? We give them a big old fleep you, dude. But in order to talk about that, we need to skip forward a few billion years.
And there's peptides.
Behold the almighty noodle. The almighty noodle tolerates no dissent. This noodle is a chain of amino acids known as a peptide. Peptides make up every protein and enzyme in your body, and in everybody else's body, and in every living thing on this planet. But how does a peptide become a protein, you ask? Well, bear with me because it sounds stupid, but I promise it's not. I'll give you a hint. You do this with your laundry. Folding. It's folding. The secret to life in the universe is folding correctly. And going back to those laws of thermodynamics we talked about earlier, that shouldn't really be happening. Conditions are correct and order go brr. The law is not actually broken. Entropy increases somewhere else. But we're going to pretend that's not happening because we're optimists on this channel. But essentially the math is pretty simple. The longer the chain, the bigger the blob. And if you get multiple blobs to make one super blob, well, now you got to start calling tetramers. Eventually, a bunch of these proteins and enzymes get close enough together, and you toss a little phospholipid bilayer in there. Yay, you have a prehistoric cell. Cell precursor? All cells are prehistoric. Not all of them. Huh. Whatever. Evolution runs its course. The cell starts to coordinate its reactions. And now we get into the stupid little map every bio major will show you to try to make you think they're smart. Also, just as an aside, if you're in college and someone shows you this and they're like, I gotta know this for my metabolic regulation final, they don't have to know all of that. No one knows all of it off the top of their head. You have to know several of those pathways, but you do not have to know the entirety of metabolism. That is millions of reactions going on. So if someone shows you this map, tell them, I know you don't have to know all that. You're a stupid fat liar McLiar face because a YouTuber with not even 100 subscribers told me that. And while it is stupid to try to over-exaggerate your own intelligence because of what you study, in some ways, it is a good reminder that biology is much deeper than you think it is. We've all learned about cells and basic cell biology in high school, and you have probably seen this picture or something like it. That's not what a cell looks like. This is what a cell looks like. My professor in college told me to think of a cell not as a kiddie pool with some things floating in it, but as a ball pit filled with jelly. And while you may study a metabolic pathway that looks like this in order to make it more digestible for you, in truth, mapped metabolism looks like this, which has taken years and years, millions of dollars, and a lot of hardworking scientists to figure out. Being serious is stupid. Yay, metabolic pathways. That's you. That's a picture of you. Or one cell of you. You got a lot of cells. But it's like looking in a mirror. If that mirror was designed by Satan. But I'll give you the rundown. Every dot is a chemical reaction. Every line is a connection between two chemical reactions. There's a lot of dots and there's a lot of lines. And if you look towards the bottom here, there's a circle. The almighty noodle leads to the almighty blob, which now leads to This circle is known as the citric acid cycle, Krebs cycle, or a third one that I forgot. The main job of metabolism is to produce energy. It does some other things, but energy production is the main goal. And a very large portion of this energy production is performed by the citric acid cycle and the electron transport chain. It has this big spinny thing that is responsible for every wet dream had by a biochemist. The big spinny thing's real name is ATP synthase. This is the main energy source of cells, and at the conclusion of this process, ending in ATP and NADH, which we didn't talk about, we are starting to leave the field that I studied. Though enzymes are very important in molecular transport, structure, and a whole host of other uses, but I'm not going to go too much in depth on that. Essentially, the cell works. A bunch of cells get together, that's a tissue. A bunch of tissue gets together, that's an organ. A bunch of organs get together, and you got a fella. Or a lady, I don't really care. An organism, which is your mom, your cat, your dog, your dad, your friends, and all things living.